Alright, there's background noise, but okay. Reminds me of the second time that I followed you home. We're running. Okay. Here we go. Yep, go at the spare part.
Where are you running to, boy? Doing all this because I want divorce. We have to wait until the football turns. But we have to call you to mission outside. Are you nuts? Excuse me, I'm asking questions here. Thank you, Jim. I have no idea what my call was. Tell us exactly this morning that people live here.
Go. Wait. Oh my gosh! 71%. Let's go. It's a new best. Still go with the spare part, by the way. Is you on? Hey. Is you on?
Stop wars, scales across the Arizona border. Slow Jack. What do you got left? Don't worry, I won't let you win.
Go. Everyone spam go. Ah! Let's just practice move pretty quickly, just to show you. I gotta show you guys the entire level. My bad. Crap. This part's actually a lot easier. Why am I this right there? What's going on? This is an easy way part. What you doing, Mom? Putting holy stuff away?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh my. Why is she scared of frogs? Out of all the things. Wait. Wait. I have to. Look, there's a coin right here. I missed the coin right here. Missed the coin. There you go, beat it. Since we're feeling so needs-netized in our comfort zone. Reminds me of since we're feeling so needs-netized in our comfort zone. Reminds me of the second time that I followed you home, running out of alibis on the 2nd of May. What is it? You have to admit, this song's really catchy. Oh, here we go. Spam go, boys. Yeah. '72. No. Darn it. Okay. That was the last part of the level. All the do after that is just get past that tiny UFO part. It's not that hard. It's a little difficult, but it's gonna be a lot easier than. It's just a lot easier than compared to the other part we're just on. But you know, this level is really inconsistent with this gameplay. It goes from being like a normal level, then to a hard level, and into insane 8-star level. Basically, this level is insane 8 stars. This level's difficulty is insane 8 stars. Reminds me of the sometime. Yeah, actually, Zuon. Come on. We didn't get an answer. But wait, Jolt. He's already working on a level. He can I don't know if you'll say yes or no because he hasn't answered yet. But basically, he's already working on a level. The level is powerful 3, and he's making fix for that already. He already made a preview, just didn't do it. I want to verify this first, like I told them. Then I'll follow you guys' previews. But he needs to verify that first. Sorry, he needs to make that first, I think. But I don't know if he'll say yes or no. Yeah. You know, the summertime. Oh, second time. The second time. Come on, go! Not a double boy ship! In our comfort zone. Reminds me of the second time. Yeah. Right now, I'm more focused on verifying this right now. Don't watch your videos and then I'll try continuing building Ethel. I'm almost done with that. Ethel's almost finished, guys. I finished the decoration and the gameplay. All that's needed right now is the art, which I all need to do is color, and I'm gonna implement it there, and then Ethel's done. If verification starts right then, I'll do a stream pretty quickly after that. Cause I'm making it. The problem is I can't actually like show it to you guys. I tried, but it caused a lot of lag, so I'm not able to do that. So I'll do off stream, finish from off stream, and then on stream I'll verify it, and the art will be at the end of the level. And Jolt, did you fix your part? Yeah, you did. You told me you did. Never mind. Yeah, you did. Not really. Here we go. Immediately, I said. Okay. Here, I'll show you what I'm doing right now with Ethel. Here's the artwork I'm making. How's it look so far? I'm almost done with it. I'm really close with it. We'll just examine it for a second. These look like creepy eyes, but they're not supposed to be. These eyes right here. It have pupils, but the background's black. Let me change it to blue just to show you. Here, there they are. And it's what they're not supposed to be brown. Not yellow. Wait. No, blue. Blue is the most helpful with this. White, maybe? Let's try white. That one's actually red, and it's red, and it's blue, and they actually look really well. The problem, I'm so close. I'm almost done with it. I'm trying to like, but the black, there's pupils right there. It looks creepy, but that's because the pupils are hit by the black. Like this. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna make the pupils a little smaller and make this a little like bigger so that it doesn't look creepy anymore. But I'm not done yet. I want to verify placebo first though. Okay. Just save an exit. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, I did. I did that. Yeah, I did that. I did that. The two random one again this time. Okay, I like this. Visualization. This. Yeah. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay, Jolt. Juniper. Yeah. Here we go. Okay, I knew I was gonna verify right there. Wait, look, so deep with the route up, so deep with the message. I cried. Like you cried, and please rank my levels. Thanks. This Mosquito too. Oh my gosh. I like putting. I like ice level. You guys prefer newer ones. Almost felt like putting on circles. By the way, this is dislike bots. I like the comments. Everybody like these comments since they're actually dislike bots, and people are. It was dislike bots. A person used a bot to dislike the comments for some reason. So all good, just coding. Still here, no worries. Wait, I'm here pretty often, just lurking. Been a little active with the community, but it's mostly because I'm working a lot on 2.2. But lots of stuff I haven't even shown anyone. Hopefully it'll be worth the wait. No, but I heard you have a... That's funny. No, not yet. I just want to show you this, guys. I don't know, but all my fellow kids talk about it. Wait, what are you responding to pause about? Where's this guy? Okay, that's funny. I just told you, I'm still working on that. I'm almost done with that, like I said. Yawn and hit for me. No. Okay, just go. Yeah, I got like on it. I like bot kids. Okay, no, I just said I was gonna be working on still verifying this. I just wanted to show you guys that. Okay. See a better one. Meltdown. Ah, fire trail. Yeah, fire trail. Way better. He's always been active. He goes on Twitch.tv. He goes on live streams and chats with people, talks about 2.2 and new stuff that he's been working on. On the comment section, he's been doing this for a long time, and he's been super active actually. Trevor Styles showed what he was doing. The 2.2 has been in beta, is being beta tested since August 2018, and I didn't even know that until you actually look at it. And the community is actually getting bigger. We look at the stats, and it's actually growing. It hasn't been shrinking at all. It's actually been growing, like shrinked a little bit, and then it went up super fast. It's growing really quickly, which I think is amazing. But he's been really active. He just hasn't been talking to the community that much because he's been working on 2.2 so much, and that's what he's been focusing on. And now he had to be able to take a break and talk to the people and say what he's doing, and which means that he's super close to finishing it. Here we go. Then I followed you home. Running out in alibis. Was that kind of me? Wait. No. I just wanted to show you guys this, and then I'll take you to a quest if you like, but I want not too many. Not in many. This is what I want to do. I want to show you guys the video first, and you can do it just to be fair. Just to be fair. The Fate series, yeah. Fate's funny. This is really funny. Ready? You're gonna love this. You're guys gonna love this. So basically what happened was, Nintendo, the E3 Town Direct, and people were in New York reacting to it. It was a huge crowd. Ready? I'm so sorry. It's just really catchy. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's funny. Wait. Fortnite onto the Switch. Okay. Did Jolt? I did not know that. I'll show you it in a second. I like how they're cheating for every character as their main or their favorite. They were good. I had some good days. Yeah, actually, my days were great. Yeah, I had some good days. You had a good day today. I had a good day today. Okay.
And the first trial, remember? Hey, I don't think you can do that. Chief, I had to murder with most crimes, isn't it? Yeah. Chief, I didn't want to burn you. In the whole case, I worked with my ex-partner, George Andrews. Great cop, started way too young. Anyway, I'm thinking about the guns. You're all ready for the trial? 100%. See, George had responsibilities professionally with surgeons, which he told you everything, including how she overdosed the guy she was carrying to work with morphine. All we have to do is put forth to a stand. And Doc Sauce could be back in prison for the rest of his life. Yes, please, go. I mean, she really, I understood you wrong. I'll make you and meet this detective Anderson to go over his test with it on you. You and I will go to lunch, and then we'll come back, and then we'll drive up to there. Okay? The guy's death certificate. And it was only oh, no, I remember. After that, George and I might never met around. I know. That confession. One of the greatest moments in LAPD history. George seduced that Oscar woman into giving up everything. Oh, yeah. George Andrews is the best partner not to ask for. Yes, really? Thanks. Hey, why don't you come out with us tonight, huh? Have some drinks, maybe some ladies. That's breakfast. No, it's fine. Man, myself, you know the world, baby. But there is no shortage of women like George. Just you, old man. George, my man. George,
That's fun. That's funny. That's funny.
You played the ball, help me. Oh, it's a joke. Go ahead. Tell him it's a joke. It's not a joke. This the real me. Fighting. Huge problem. Yeah, size 44. Everything's okay with Detective Andrews? Translation? Well, actually, as it turns out, Chief, he isn't exactly right. Well, he's not allowed to test. I know that I told you I would. Every single fighter ever, our number one.
Okay. What? Never mind.
Just dress or is he? I can't expect the Vanders on a standby. Why not? We need a case many times. All Osmond's lawyers need to say is that if Andrews was convicted that his gender may result in use of that guy's responsibility. Andrews is the only person who can testify to Osmond's spontaneous and unreported confession. Without that, look, if we were trying this case instead of I'd say no. Roscoe's son is hired self-defense. So you're just gonna let a murderer go free? Well, I believe the thought was that maybe we should try to get George to take a stand. You want me to talk to Andrews and his sister and get rid of it? Her. That's what it does for them. So the company was getting duct tape in everything. All right, everyone. This is not a survival mission. No. Announced that this case was overturned. I felt it was my duty to put aside my personal will. No apologies. Why don't you have some?
That's funny.
Because and introduce such excellent work routine routines, especially we also got any other benefits. So, there are some concerns for today. Oh, for God's sake! Here's the deal. You can't take the stand looking like that, George.
That's funny.
Strap him down, lose the dress, cut the hair. Man up.
It'd be nice to give him money. Why not? It'd be nice to give him money. The more refreshing, the more money he gets, since it gets host more ads. It doesn't go on forever. It will stop. It stops eventually. The more you refresh it, it gives you a lot of ads like this. If this video is like really monetized, and then but it won't let you keep repeating that. It's because they don't want to get rid of all of so much money. So what they do is they stop it over a certain amount.
I'd be lying to myself.
I just want to be nice. Why not?
Mercy.
I don't have a lot of time to say if you switch.
She's a woman now. And she'll change her mind. You know, Andrews, when those doctors cut your balls off, you should have had them pull the stick out of your ass at the same time.
Is it done? How many? This is glitchy now. It suck. Yeah, it's glitching. Never mind. I'll cross out.
Despite enormous fears, because I wanted to do the right thing, and it turned out to be so successful on that train. Well, I'm not going to let you know. The reason why I'm here is swearing that I'm the man. I won't do it.
Nope.
So now we got no this. Yeah. Okay, that one chance. So, is that going to dismiss the case?
No. Maybe she can help us find what they're running in this vaccine investigation to connect your cells to tumors.
So then how come?
Oh, wait.
Well, why don't we just do this?
No.
I'm not so much in the university.
Oh, I'm still going.
Huh?
We already got the back. Oh, no, no. That's it. That's all I did. That's all it takes.
Papa, you can't go without me.
I'll stop going home and I'll email you some pictures. Oh, nice work.
You want massages?
For several weeks, Doris Osmond has spent personally in the nursing care of Carl Williams. She's already been signature on 23 checks, took out 7 credit cards, and all she wants to do is steal almost $55,000. Billing said 5 grown kids. None of them noticed that was overwritten.
Look at all that! It's hilarious.
What happened? Penis. And retraction. Pretty much another woman's sex. That's we'll say the cheese. So, do you like men or women? As a matter of fact, I still you had a sex change to become a lesbian. The change I want to work out with you in the sex programs was more about how I identify with the world. First, and you were right when I was a lesbian when I was a guy. Oh, I'm sorry. All I heard was blah, blah, blah. Lesbian. Do you currently
Okay,
have...
one is a guy.
Your house is never really was first. Is that correct?
Yes, it turns out I was going to stole my interview with a lot of John Rash. She used her credentials to run a position at the doctor's office in Charlotte Court. She's okay. I was volunteer. Sure. She's good at it, too. I'm a nurse. That's the right I let you fully stand before. Private professions out of your life. We have a Fridays, we wouldn't need out here. But we have it's just because you can see it won't like the most of the clothes that it's born to wear. Doesn't mean that we can't have somebody important. I believe you always do that. You don't know. Yes, that's how they all not.
You can expect that.
What? Sorry. Sorry, Don.
Chief, might I suggest that she probably keep additional photos in Washington? You never know exactly how much someone's appearance might change.
It's usually hard to mention that your sources of concern was not involved perhaps well.
Wait.
Chief, we're the enemy. Why would I speak somebody like this?
Mr. Ross, we do believe that some mistakes may have been made in the investigation of your mother's case, even beyond this whole Oxford madness.
Mistake by sending an innocent woman to prison to live us your life.
That is to put you in private jail.
Marcia.
Show the identity of the more
See, that's what I've been saying. Anyone with less than less than years. My mother did nothing. Tried her very best to care. Until she killed me. She had a choice. Mom was not in nursing school, so that's good. She always wanted to work with me. Okay. She gave up on that to go into college. My mom wanted to stay for a while. That's why I can't stop until I prove she's innocent. Like 5 new words, 5 pieces of peanuts. Sticking me everything that's happened. Yes. Like cop. The proposition. She got so angry and lied and said she'd been murdering villains. Not so much. That's one of the
So let's see.
so they see if you track back from the mother's information. There's no evidence that fraud this is just serious.
Even if you talk to the if you remember the name of
I lost a job in my she works at City now I do some steal. Mom's employed. Exactly. She did that entry for she works as an assistant she drove her crazy. She still takes cars. The Murphy's freedom today. Mom was all searching, working job to job, taking care of me. But I had time for the life. That story is it's a great turns out that she isn't guilty. Right? So, you want to take your money. Right now. This is no one. Yeah, good, fine. Okay, so that. Great. I had recommend double page episode. We'll just do that because it's much full color. Of course. Of course. Thank you. See, now listen, I might be able to get you this kind of well. Looks like that. Of course you got it. You think the ads gonna work? Well, first with that work, I think we
Can't forget
what's
what.
right.
Oh.
You could just sashay off the train and everything.
This is what, look, so this is what I found out.
No, I was friends with a guy named George who doesn't exist anymore. And he never did exist.
Hello, how are you? You look good today.
Maybe
Prince is
one of
not
the
getting
greatest
information
professions
on
in the history of the
Wikipedia. It's actually
LAPD never
explaining why
existed.
each sexual difference is there. To start,
I already seen it.
let's look at terms sexual dimorphism.
Hey, I got you. You know I was just doing that false confession.
The easiest
And
example
yes,
is
I
animals
looked
like
at
peafowls and deer.
I'm
In
not a
most
man
cases, these
anymore.
differences are for a reason. Male deer
I wear a
bucks
dress
use their
instead of
antlers to
shoes.
fight
I
each
walk
other and are
I
much
changed
more
how I do a
aggressive
lot
than
of
the
things
female
without what's
deer.
in my
Peacocks are
heart.
glorious because they use their beauty to compete and persuade peahens to be their mate. Even humans have a large bit of sexual dimorphism, even all the way down to the bone structure. Not all animals have sexual dimorphism, however, and their only differences would be their sexual organs. And this fact is well represented in Pokemon. For the most part, Pokemon look exactly the same no matter their sex, but a few of them do have notable differences, so let's begin. Also, we'll be using the sprites or the models from different versions of the games, depending on which ones just make it easier to see the differences. Also, as opposed to going in Pokédex order, we'll be going by category, since many Pokemon share differences for the same reasons. For example, the most obvious category, larger tusks and horns on the males. The male Zubat and Golbat have larger fangs than the females. Rhydon, Rhyhorn, Rhyperior, Goldeen, and Seaking males all have longer horns than the females, but only slightly. Sudowoodo males have larger head branches. Steelix males have extra rocky tooth bits on its jaw. Piloswine males have longer tusks, as do Mamoswine males. Houndoom males have longer horns, Donphan males have longer tusks, and Relicanth have larger jaw guards, almost being tusk-like. The reasoning for these differences is obvious. Just like in nature, the males compete for who gets to pass their genes on and mate with the females. As such, the males are more equipped for fighting than the females, be it through horns, tusks, teeth, or branches. Real-world examples of these are deer, elephants, goats, elk, kudu, nyala, moose, walruses, narwhals, and pretty much every animal with either tusks or horns. There are some animals where the males and females both have equally sized horns or antlers, but those are in the minority. Gligards get unique, but with the same idea. The stingers on the males are a bit bigger. This follows the same fighting logic as before, but isn't reflected in real scorpions. The way to tell the difference in real scorpions is how wide they are. Females are wider. But when it comes to males fighting over females, no Pokemon seems to do it more than the Garchomp line. Gibble, Gabite, and Garchomp males have these slits in their fins. Their fins aren't any bigger, but they all have these slits. When it comes to real sharks and even orca whales and dolphins, the dorsal fins over time, due to how much they stick out, get damaged and scar as they fight more and more. And male sharks fight a lot more than female ones, since the males fight over females. Moving on to the next category, males don't only have larger parts for fighting. Oftentimes it's for other reasons, like survivability, or for showing off how fabulous you are to attract mates. This is most definitely the case for Unpheasant. Males have a pink mask and green marks on their bodies, while the females are brown and boring. This is exactly the case for real-world pheasants too. In fact, this trait is extremely common among our feathered friends. Males strut their stuff to show off why the female should choose him as her mate. Murkrow's head feathers are bigger and stand straighter on the male. Starly, Staravia, and Staraptor males have larger head spots, and while not exactly birds, Sneasel and Weavile males also have larger feathers, as do male Gulpins. And while not exactly feathers, Nuzleaf and Shiftry males have larger leaves, and Medicham males have a larger head bob, which can be seen as a type of plumage, meaning they are there to show off and get laid. Moving on to other parts, Dustox males have larger antennas. This reflects real moths too, especially the Luna moth, the moth Dustox is inspired from. The males have big feathery antennae, while the females just have antennae. The reason for this is so the males can smell the pheromones given off by the female up to a mile away. All the better to smell you with, my dear. This could also be the case with Ledyba and Lydian. The males have larger antennae too, but in Ledyba's case, they also look a bit like horns, and since this line is known for fighting, they likely use their antennae as horns too, hence the males having even bigger ones. Polytoad and also Toxicroak males have larger cheeks, also known as vocal sacs. Male toads and frogs use these to sound deeper, both to intimidate each other and to sound out their low mating call. Octillary males have larger suction cups on their tentacles, which also reflects real Octopodidae. While on real octopus, not every suction cup is larger on the males, a few of them near the base are. These are primarily used for fighting other males and also for showing off to females.
Look at my large suction cups, baby. Don't you love my tentacles?
Torchic males have the tiniest sexual difference of any Pokemon. They have this 1 pixel tiny little speck on their butts. The difference between male and female Torchics does get more obvious when it evolves. Combuskin males have larger head feathers, and the same goes for male Blazikins. The head crest is longer. This matches up with the chickens bred for cockfighting, especially the Taiwanese cockfighting roosters, as only the roosters, or the males, will do the fighting, and as roosters, they have longer head crests. Plus, the Thai roosters bred for cockfighting stand much more upright than your traditional rooster, hence Blaziken being completely upright. What about that little speck on Torchic? Well, both in cockfighting breeding and breeding chickens for meat and eggs, it was originally very difficult to tell the sex of the chicks. You would have to take care of all of them and then separate the hens from the roosters once they were old enough to tell the difference. But it would sure be a lot nicer to be able to tell the sex of them from hatching, and that's exactly what all the chicken farmers thought. So they did their selective breeding and genetic manipulation for centuries. And now, male chicks have 1 or 2 little feathers on their wing that are slightly longer than the rest. And that's how you tell the difference. And extremely, completely unnoticeable if you're untrained to look for it, difference. Just like that 1 tiny little speck on Torchic. A minor difference that's there, and most people won't notice it. Until you point it out to them, of course. So yeah, the more you know. Whooper males have 2 sets of gill branches, and Quagsire males have larger back fins. In the case of Whooper, axolotls naturally don't have any difference in sex beyond the females having a bigger cloaca. However, when it comes to behavior, males do a lot more fighting. The gill branches are a form of plumage to intimidate the other males and to show off to females. But also, axolotls in general have an amazing healing ability, and can regrow limbs and even brain matter and jaws with no visible scarring. So this soft tissue sticking off the side of its face is likely ripped off a lot if they're constantly losing limbs all the time. So males having it regrow back bigger may be something the Pokemon Company thought of while making this design decision. Quagsire though, there really is no other explanation for this beyond more plumage for showing off to females. Japanese giant salamanders have no difference between the sexes besides the whole body size thing. So plumage, it's loose, but it's possible. And combining the last 2 categories of bigger horns and bigger other parts, we get to the Nidos. The Nidoran line is perhaps the most famous example of sexual dimorphism in Pokemon. The differences are obvious, and the 2 Nidorans even evolve into completely different Pokemon, though they are still counterparts to one another. Being more monster-like, though somewhat based on rhinos, they don't have much in the real world to compare them to. But the differences do seem clear enough. Nido King and the whole male side of the line have much larger horns and more spikes all over their bodies, arguably more armor as well. Clearly, the males of this line often fight, defending their territory and their families, while the females protect their young directly. Having more fat stockpiles also helps them while pregnant and producing milk for their young. I also have a huge video going into more detail about Nidoqueen right here. Check it out. Wow. It isn't always the males that are bigger or have bigger traits, however. In some species, it's the other way around. Most commonly, this is found in insects and fish, as is the case with Scyther and Scizor. Females have larger abdomens, specifically, And when it comes to real mantises, this is obviously the case. Cricketot females also have larger bodies, specifically around its neck. Considering that Cricketot and Cricketoon are both based on fancy musicians or fancy orchestral conductors, the bigger neck piece may also be a reference to a fancy boa, or the large, puffy fur collars upper-class women wear when going to such events. Now, generally speaking, female fish tend to be larger than the males. This is also the case with Phinion and Luminion, though the females here are only larger in the fins. And being based on freshwater butterfly fish and betta fish, this isn't quite accurate. In these species specifically, the males actually have the larger fins, as a form of plumage, just like birds. So when referring to fish in general, yes, Phinion and Luminion are accurate. But when it comes to the prettier, plumagier fish that they are actually based on, the opposite is true. I'll give Game Freak a pass on that. Even though this isn't even the only mistake Game Freak has made involving larger females. Numal and Camerupt females have larger humps, which isn't the case at all for camels. Male camels in general have bigger everything, even humps, and even in proportion to their body. That's strike 2 for Game Freak, oh! Next, let's talk about fur. Ursaring females have more fur on their shoulders. While in general grizzly and sun bear males are larger, the females lose the most weight over winter since they give birth and then feed their babies with milk. So, upon exiting their den in spring, they have the appearance of having much more loose skin and much more fur, since it flaps about more thanks to their lack of stuffing. Female abomasnows have larger chest fur too. Perhaps this is because of the same reasons. Abominable snowmen are most often portrayed as being ape-like, hence that's what a yeti is, but there are some sightings and some myths that point to a more bear-like creature. This extra fur stuff that may just be conifer pines, we don't really know, may also just be there to simulate lumps of fat stored there, like breasts on an ape. Though in the case of abomasnow being a conifer tree, it may be storing pine cones there. Larger pine cones are the female pine cones after all. There is also Pyroar. The males have large manes and the females have more tan fur. They also have differently shaped tails. The difference here is obvious. They are based on lions, another famous example of real-world sexual dimorphism. Lions' manes are theorized to be mostly for show. The size and cleanliness of the mane shows the fitness of the lion. If it's good, then other lions will be less likely to attack his pride. Shinx, Luxio, and Luxray males follow the same logic. The males have larger manes and more darker fur in general. Hypno is really interesting. Hypno females have longer neck fur, but why? Well, Drowsy and Hypno are based on the tapir, Drowsy more so for sure, and then Hypno gets a bit of a goblin or other fey creature in there. Specifically, this could be a Baku, a yokai dream eater that shares the name with what tapirs are called in Japanese. Baku. But what some have claimed is that Hypno is also inspired by Ammit, an Egyptian guardian and another heart and soul eater that is part crocodile, part lion, and part hippo. Tapirs are somewhat hippo-like, and Ammit shares the two-colored body aspect of tapirs as well. Plus, it has a male lion's mane, despite being entirely female. Hence, female hypnos have more neck fur, or manes. Bidoof and Bibarel males have more fur too, but this is a problem. Every species of beaver fits the monomorph classification, meaning there is no way at all, externally speaking, to tell the sex of a beaver, most of the time at least. While nursing and pregnant, you can see the teats on the female. In fact, this monomorph classification would also describe most Pokemon. The extra fur on Bidoof and Bibarel may be trying to insinuate the idea that males are larger, but in nature, this isn't the case for beavers. Strike 3 for Game Freak. And with the third strike comes the end of
Since we're feeling so uneasy the time. Since we're feeling so
Alright, reaction. Easy time. Yes, I do, but I don't play it. I don't know not much about it, just know it exists, and that there's a third one coming out pretty soon on Xbox One.
That was much harder when you were aware and aware of her action. But I didn't kill them myself.
No, Mr. Russell, just one. I'm happy to inform you that
So don't ask me anything about lore, because I have no clue about it, and don't really want to know right now. I want to focus on this right now. Definitely. I'm pumped about 2.2. I'm excited for 2.2. Very excited for 2.2. I'm hyped for 2.2. Jump to Dash Update 2.2. Let's go! Go! Oh my gosh! Come on!
Listen, I will apologize for being unable to completely come to grips with this.
Go! Spam go!
You were 20 years younger. I had never met you. You should talk to each other.
There was a lot of good stuff. He already mentioned that on the comment, remember? He said, and then there's some stuff. Oh wait, do you even know what? Do you know what's even? Wait, do you even know what's in the update? I mean, I should probably show you if you don't know.
I should probably get on board with that. Just not for so long this time.
This is what he's confirmed that's coming to the update. There's a lot more stuff that he hasn't confirmed that hasn't even talked about. That's what he said on that comment. But here, I'll show you. Yep, there's more than that. We already know about this. He announced that he currently finished it. He just finished it. There is future Roaring's Master and all that. New level explorers. Wait, this is something you don't know probably. New triggers, including these new triggers. The song trigger lets that you like trim. Instead of trimming the song, allows you to cut part of the song so you can get to the better parts. The song trigger, the end trigger, which allows you to end the level early. The random trigger, which is in Power Trip, you see it with the text. Reverse trigger, which you already know about, and the time warp trigger, where it allows you to slow it down, like speed hacks, and then undo it, and then undo it, and then like it's really cool. Then there's the no jump trigger and the don't fade trigger. A fourth vault challenge mode with it, but he didn't say with it. There's a chat with a chat room. FPS options. I'm probably not gonna now, but I was pretty sure there's FPS option that he mentioned it. Reworked user search, more chests and treasure room. The user search is gonna be great, amazing. Free flight mode for every game mode, limited units, shipfall UFO. You're right not though. At least 3 new backgrounds and 1 new ground. Unlockable death sounds, new platformer mode, which you know. Furthermore to be mentioned. So this is the stuff that he hasn't mentioned, but yeah, he's added in there. He's from the comment. But these are the stuff we know about. How's it look? Really exciting. I know, right? Well, now he's almost finished. We can already tell easily that he's almost finished. Well, the reason 2.2 is taking so long mostly is because he worked on 2.11 first, and then started working on 2.2 after he released 2.113. After he finished 2.11. He uploaded all the updates after that as well. Well, just the bug fix updates of 2.11 exactly. And I count 2.11 as a major update, even though it sounds like a minor. It's not. It's a major update since it brought the community back, added a buttload of features. Not buttload. It adds so many features. It adds a lot of features. Amazing. And now 2.2 is going to be. And remember, even Rob said this was like pre-thing, but it's still. You can tell 2.11 is a part 1 of 2.2. And guess what? It came out on November 20 something, I think. It's November 2nd, so it's about the year anniversary. But I'm positive he's gonna. I'm positive he's releasing it this month. But he's been working really hard on this. I'm glad he has. Ugh. I'm really gonna shock you with this. This is really cool. So, you know how so this is the update I came on. I came on update 1.9. Do you know? Have you seen? Wait.